Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Starts Park Kirkcaldy. Great to have your company here on Raith TV for our free broadcast on our YouTube channel. We're going to speak a lot today about it being 476 or so days since we've had fans in Starts Park, but we appreciate that not everyone's been able to make it, and most importantly we want to give a nod to the fans, families and extended network of Stranraer Football Club. Obviously restrictions are going to continue for quite some time on away fans getting into grounds, so for you folks down at the other end of the country, welcome to Raith TV. We're going to keep you up to date with what's going to unfold from this 2 o'clock kick-off. We've already had some of our volunteers etc turn up a little bit late thinking it was a 3 o'clock, but 2 o'clock it is. Let's start with a bit of housekeeping. Introductions. My name's Davy Hancock. Generally I will lead the first half, summarise the second. That gives me a wee bit of time to prep for post-match duties, and the other half of the A team is here. Neil Russell, welcome back. Does it feel like you've even been away?
For about 2, maybe 3 weeks. That's what it feels like. Good to see you again, Davey. Good to speak to the viewers and listeners on Raith TV. I hope you've all had a decent summer. Well, it's been rainy, but I'm calling it summer. That'll do for me. Yeah?
I don't know about your side of Fife, but we've had a few good days up where I am.
Aye, a couple.
It's certainly not taking long to come back around at pre-season friendlies. We're still kind of 5 weeks or so away from the league programme starting, but we've got 2 weeks today. We'll be in competitive and combative action with the Blue Brazil in our League Cup group. Stranraer was having a little bit of a look at their section as well. Jamie Hamill will have a very keen eye on the fact that they're going to have to get out of the traps very quickly. Will we start with the team lines, Neil?
Why not, yes.
It's going to be an afternoon, I think, of who is that and what's the trial list he looks like. We'll talk that through. So Raith Rovers line up: Jamie McDonald, Regan Tumulty, Christoph Berra, Kyle Benedictus, Benny remaining the captain, Aidan Conley, James Keatings, Louis Vaughan, Dario Zanata, Dylan Tate, trialist A and trialist C. Subs for the Rovers are Robbie Thompson, Brad Spencer, Luke Mahady, Aaron Arnott, Kieran Mitchell, Quinn Coulson and trialist B. We'll come back and speak a wee bit about the trialists and some of the injuries we've got, but we will also defer over to the Stranraer team just now. Talk us through who's Jimmy Hamill got at his disposal today.
Right, so Stranraer line up with Greg Fleming, Scott Robertson, Sean Burns, Sean McIntosh, Craig Ross, Kieran Miller, Josh Walker, Grant Gallagher, Josh Rennie, Joseph Moore and Matt Yates. The subs for Stranraer are Matthew Henderson, Jamie Walker, Ayrton Sonker, Rory Langan, Paul Woods and Ross Irvin. The officials today, I can't remember if Davey read them out, so I'm going to do it. Are Scott Lamb, so it's Scott Lambie, typo by myself, Scott Lambie the ref, Dougie Potter and Graham Chambers his assistant referees. So it's good to get our first team line-up out there. Look at Benny's hair.
it's quite something,
colour,
isn't it? Yeah, Raith Rovers make their way up to the north stand due to kind of ongoing works in the south stand. It's actually the away end that Raith Rovers fans are
looking good in the new strip, I've got to be said. I'm liking that.
Yeah, I'm all for the new kit, really like it. I like when they go back through the back catalogue of things to just revamp a classic. I think they've done that over the last kind of 3 or 4 jerseys where there's little nods towards the past, even looking back to some of the old Spal strips.
Yeah.
Players waving over to some of their friends and families in the railway stand. Nice to see them getting an opportunity to be accommodated. Friends and family who give up so much. The life of a football player, especially at this level, takes a heavy impact on the families as well. So nice to see the players waving over there. We speak at half time of some of the developments that have taken place across the last kind of 16 months or so at Starts Park. We're still waiting on Stranraer to arrive, and they just do so off to our left. New little adventure for us, broadcasting free on YouTube, so it's a bit of a slimmed down version of Raith TV. We're treating this very much as a pre-season friendly with the opportunity to sit this one out, but we felt it was important to keep people, as we say, especially away fans, in contact with their team. Liam Dick carrying a bit of a knock, heads up to the standoff to our left. Some defensive woes for Raith Rovers across that back four. We know we've got 5 centre halves, 3 of them are in varying degrees of recuperation. Tom Lang recovering from his operation he had to tidy up some cartilage, nothing overly serious. Dave Mackay's picked up a little tweak. John was saying we're going to speak with him on Monday that he's hoping that he'll be back possibly next week, but certainly for the Cowdenbeath game. And there's Frankie Musonda, who we're probably looking more towards the league campaign for Frankie being ready.
Yeah.
But John was telling me what his plans were for Frankie, which are very exciting, I have to say.
Oh, right, okay. Interesting. I've not heard that one. Of course, notable absentee, well publicised departure or signing of Regan Hendry to Forest Green. I think we'll talk about him a few times, won't we?
I'm sure we will. We might get a wee bit chat at half time. We'll tell people what we've got lined up at half time. Slimmed down version, so we've not got a former players interview, etc. We've gave the quizmaster the day off. But we've got a couple of wee bits of video that you might enjoy watching if you're of a Rovers persuasion. As Billy Thompson heads towards the Stranraer dugout, new goalkeeping coach. And the game is underway.
The stadium clock isn't, no?
Looks like Neil's forgot to change the batteries on the electric scoreboard. He might be in action now as Stranraer attacking the south stand. Get a ball over the top. Grant Gallagher it is who decides to go back rather than forward. And an early touch for Greg Fleming. Hugely experienced goalkeeper. Head to toe in the highlighter green there. An excellent ball. And the first header of the campaign for Kyle Benedictus.
Yeah.
T. Riley C. Thumps one up the line. Quinn Coulson, who I hope will feature heavily in these pre-season games. Speaking before the game about Quinn, having seen him play a bit at varying levels, he certainly is a player that I think has the capacity to play a lot of games in this Raith Rovers first team. He's a real ball player, isn't he?
Yeah, you think so, yeah.
Benny takes the ball from Jamie McDonald. That familiar out ball, that's neat and quick from Raith Rovers. An early header for Aidan Conley, back in a Raith Rovers jersey.
Early touch for Trialist A, and before anyone asks, we have no idea who they are. We know that at least one of them is from down south. That could be Annan, Dumfries, or more likely to be England though.
Yes. I'll tell you who the trialists are at half time, Neil.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's
you
the
know.
chase into the box, Aidan Conley. Really interesting listening to John McGlynn speaking about Aidan Conley and Dario Zanata, feeling that he can get a tune out of them that maybe recent managers haven't.
Dario on the ball there.
Yeah, it's a Stranraer ball. Calm under pressure. Be interesting to see how the tempo evolves through this game. You expect it quite early on, there will be a good pace to the game, but once the substitutes start getting rolled out, though, both teams I think have got recruitment and injury issues that's going to stop there being. I remember a pre-season friendly a couple of seasons back where there was 11 players brought on at half time. That won't be the case today. One over the top for Louis Vaughan to chase, and good defending there. Into the arms, into the arms of the goalkeeper. He's took a little slip on the surface. It looks okay. It's a little yelp there as Greg Fleming went down, so I was momentarily concerned for him, but he's okay. Vaughan closes in. And Stranraer venture into Raith Rovers territory there. A little bit of link play with Josh Walker. Bit of central starting position there. The flag will go up. I'm sure we'll see a little touch from the number 9, James Keatons. Jamie Hamill looking studious with the glasses. A warrior of a football player.
He's been wearing the glasses for a number of years, even when he was still playing. The most unlikely glasses wearer.
Yeah.
Up there along the likes of Stephen Bell, ex-Dunfermline.
Yeah, I think that Jamie's relationship with Raith Rovers will always be checkered, going back to that Hearts Cup game, the infamous Doogie Hill sending off incident. It's all water under the footballing bridge. Foul for Raith Rovers. Surface was watered, but not heavily watered before the start of the game. Foul for Raith Rovers as Dario Zanata goes down. Tate to trialist. So he gets it back.
Unsurprisingly, it's a back three.
Yeah.
in case any of you watching hadn't figured that out, and I'm sure you had.
To be honest, I think looking at the options for Raith Rovers defensively, I'm sure Paul and John might have thought about a back two at one point. The numbers were somewhat limited. I was a bit surprised that Aaron Arnott didn't get a start. A young player who featured heavily in last season's pre-season games. Particularly the game up at Brecon. He had a really, really good 90 minutes. No chat board today. It should be an offside flag, but it drifts through to the goalkeeper, so fair play to the assistant referee for letting it go. Raith Rovers, as everyone knows, playing the ball from goalkeeper to defender. That's a nice ball over the top. James Keaton's offside for the second time in a matter of minutes. He's already got the look of the Langtoons Pipo Inzaghi. 2 minutes, 2 offside decisions. Wave on. Too much weight on that ball. And it's a Raith Rovers throw-in. How many fans have made their way in today, Neil, do you know?
I know the limit was set at 600 because of social distancing regulations and the fact the main stand and south stands are having ongoing maintenance. It's just no emergency works, obviously just standard stuff on lighting and asbestos removal. So yeah, we're capped at 600. I don't know how many actually made it in. I'm sure we'll find out.
Let's see how kind of a few hundred are lost in that stand, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Very sparse. Free kick, rightly awarded to the visitors.
Social distancing being impeccably observed, has got to say.
Scott Robertson.
We've had a year of it, haven't we? Well, more than a year.
It's back underway. Well, if we learned anything from last season's pre-season friendlies, is that they don't actually mean that much as a score line. I remember being here as Falkirk gave us a bit of a shoeing. We had a degree of worry about what lay ahead. For Raith Rovers, it was ultimately one of our best seasons in the past 15 years or so. Kyle Benedictus. Short ball. Aidan Conley already showing that his role is to drop short, pick up where possible. Dario taken out of play there.
He took that hit.
Yeah, I thought he took the hit well. I thought it was an excellent challenge. And again, a little note to Scott Lambie, because it's one of them that we often see a foul given unnecessarily. The art of the tackle is something in its own right. I think it was Sean McIntosh timed that perfectly. A little bit of space for Stranraer. That's neat football. That should be a foul. Yeah, referee's got that one right as well. There was definitely 2 hands on the back of Josh Walker.
I had forgotten, Davey, how tall Christoph Berra actually was. I mean, he's next to Benny there, and he's said, a good bit.
That was our chat before the game.
Ah, right, okay.
Absolutely, look at the difference. This is a quick ball that is going to have to be taken again. Yep. Yeah, I was just thinking of Father Ted joke about this is, this is far away and so forth.
Yeah.
The other person who carries a deceptive amount of height is Dario Zanata.
Yes, yeah. I think he's filled out a bit,
most certainly since he was on loan, yeah. Here comes the delivery. Nice delivery as well. Good header and a goal for Stranraer. It's an absolute peach. The delivery was absolutely wonderful. Seeing the replay here, I was just looking to see if they'd managed to get it in that area where the goalkeeper ain't going to come out.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful goal.
Number...
Craig Ross, I think, who got the touch there. Just see
Yes.
that in the replay there.
Yeah, Craig Ross. Yeah.
Well, we're 8 minutes or so into the game, and already I'm thinking back to the interview we had with John McGlynn. We'll see a wee bit more of that at half time, and he was saying, well, Christophe Berra coming in, playing alongside Benny, we need to address goals from balls into the box and set pieces. 8 minutes played, Stranraer deservedly a goal to the good. Lovely delivery that.
But as you said, Dave, you can't start panicking after 10 minutes of a pre-season friendly.
Not at all. No chatboard feature today, of course, because we're revamping our own Raith TV site, incorporating what will soon to be the Raith Rovers lounge as well, with various added features to that. Raith Rovers move forward. Goals with Aidan Conley. It was a rather obvious pass, but it was well defended there.
Yeah, Trialist C is actually playing.
Stranraer have got a little bit of pace on this left-hand side. Matt Yates, lovely ball. Good delivery here. The last questions, well done, Christophe Berra. Yeah, Matt Yates got the weight of that pass absolutely bang on there to Joe Moore.
Just saying that it looks like we're actually playing a flat back four with Trialist C being the left back. So I don't know if he is a Fife Elite lad that's come in to help out, or one of these trialists.
It's a ball into the box. Berra headers the ball further than I can kick it. It falls to a white jersey, Kieran Miller. Again, another good ball up the line there for Stranraer, toe to toe. Maybe played a wee bit too much football there. The chance to dink one in was there.
James
Keaton's. And offside this time for... the referee's not noticed it, but the flag is up. Slightly in advance of where we were, so couldn't actually see how close that call was.
I saw the flag going up, and play did advance quite a lot until everyone realised, but not too much of an argument from Louis Vaughan. He caught offside. So in this break and play, I just wanted to, David, I think you read the Courier interview with Regan Hendry just after this.
Yeah, I saw that this morning, yeah.
Really good, wasn't it? A really good piece that Alan Temple of the Courier did. One of the good guy journalists has got a lot of time for Rovers and is making
I think the Courier's output in terms of all the local teams has really gone up a level in the last 4 or 5 months.
They've had a major revamp of the way they do things and the personnel.
Dylan Tate. There's the ball to Trialist. Head up early, but looks to Dylan Tate to bring the creativity. Trialist just keeping everything neat, everything simple. We've spoken many times in the past about how difficult a role it is as a trialist. We see players who just try and do too much. Unless they score a world day, they don't really do themselves many favours. No trialists in the Stranraer lineup today.
But they have gone 1 to 11 in their starting lineup.
Old school, we like that.
Well, they're starting in their 17-man squad.
Kel Benedictus, which you would expect. It's a ball out to Regan Tumulty. Regan Tumulty's been with the club for kind of 16 months, and it's his first game in front of a single Rovers fan, really. I guess you could say he's still waiting for that south stand to be full. Picked up and neatly played forward by Raith Rovers. That's fantastic. The Louis Vaughan there, wide of the post, but the creativity, first touch, the swivel was excellent.
There's a good round of applause out of the north stand supporters.
Yeah, indeed. No problem for Greg Fleming, he had that well covered. I have to say, I'm missing the chat board. I really do enjoy the feature and the ability to ask questions of away fans.
Yeah, true.
You know, you can ask about their expectations, who stands out, who's got the best history with the club, and so forth.
Yeah.
You know, we've always taken the stance. It's not our job to tell away teams, fans, nuggets of information they don't know. I always think it's better the other way around.
Stat alert, Davey. 12 minutes in, and we've not yet mentioned Greg Fleming's tackle on Gregory Taddy 12 years ago. 11 years ago.
Funny, I was thinking about Gregory Taddy today when I was thinking about former players that have played with both clubs. You know, I immediately think Joao Victoria, I think Grant Anderson, and many others, but the first time seeing Gregory Taddy would have been...
I'm trying to think of an obscure one.
Played for Stranraer.
David Lloyd?
certainly is an obscure one. He of the Ibrox goal. Good goal it was too. Watched some highlights of that game recently. I managed to put myself and my brother-in-law out in the crowd. It was a bit of a David Neri moment. It only made them angry, didn't it? What good to take the lead at Ibrox, nonetheless. Good player, David Lloyd.
He was, yeah. He came in off the back of Colin Harris's second spell here, and so he had big shoes to fill. He didn't have the skill of Colin Harris. He was a better player than I first thought.
Yeah, there's a ball into the box as well, defended by Josh Rennie, big number 9. Regan Tumulty. A wee bit lucky there. Adventurous switch of play. It's picked up this Stranraer player, but he felt with a navy blue jersey. Subs modelling the new training kit. Same kit that Stranraer are using actually. If you look at Billy Thompson on their bench. Ball into the box early, it's deep. And the second ball it's cleared by Christoph Berra. I think that Stranraer maybe had a little bit more time in that deep area than immediately became obvious.
Right enough when I arrived, Davey, I saw the Stranraer goalie coach in his mask and I was like, God, that looks... No, it can't be. And it was the famous Billy Thompson.
Yeah, I thought Matt Yates there, maybe had a wee bit of time to potentially bring that down, but probably done the right thing, putting it across the box. There's one up the line for Kel Benedictus. Go to the goalkeeper. Christoph Berra strides forward. So you ain't getting more direct than that. The flag stays down, but the ball's carrying too much weight in it. A round of applause as Raith Rovers take the clock back to the crazy gang of Wimbledon. Just a big up and under for Berra there. It's a foul. Referee momentarily looked to see if there was an advantage for Stranraer, but Grant Gallagher absolutely wiped out. They've not hung about. That's another great ball over the top. First touch just doesn't hold the ball up in the surface, but a chance for Stranraer. That's dangerous and falls to the edge of the box into Dylan Tate there. It was Grant Gallagher causing some problems. End-to-end stuff. Not the most placid of starts for a pre-season friendly with 15 minutes on the clock. Stranraer, a goal to the good. And very good value for that lead as well. Wave on, ball near post. There's either some confusion or some very good communication there between Greg Fleming and Craig Ross, because the ball was allowed to go all the way out the other side for a Stranraer throw. Nobody gambling at the back post.
Never leaves us, does it? The commentator's curse.
Yeah, indeed. Pre-season is a time to iron out some of the glitches. So I'm sure that free kick goal will be watched several thousand times before the competitive action starts. You've heard many a player telling us about these analysis sessions with John and Paul that last longer than the game itself.
Blisters on the backside type stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Liam Buchanan's particularly entertaining to listen to when he speaks about some of the pre-match sessions. I remember him famously telling us we'd watched corner routines so many times that we actually got a corner and I thought, I have absolutely no idea where I'm supposed to be. Can somebody tell me what I have to do? Meticulous is an understatement in terms of match preparation. The second throw in for Stranraer in quick succession. Craig Ross has been retrieving the ball as he does there. Seems that looking at the turquoise socks, that seems to be a colour that's flag should go up.
Yeah.
That was actually good with the assistant referee because Joseph Moore or Joe Moore was definitely offside, but what he done is he had a little look to see if it was the other Stranraer player that was going to pick the pass up. The flag might have stayed down had it been the other forward-thinking player. Regan Tumulty at pace comes across, holding midfield player. John McLean has a word with him, whipped the ball out wide. James Keaton. Oof. Yeah, it was dipping.
Yeah.
Maybe if the pitch had been another 15 yards longer, might have dipped in time. Talking of the pitch being longer, I've been speaking recently about plans to make the pitch wider. So many plans for Starks Park and its environment that we've grown used to being part of.
Reminds me of to take a look at the new floodlights on the Penman family stand. Yeah, on both gantries, all 14 LED panels are up, but not on the north stand yet. I was sure they were doing the north stand first. Yeah, looking good now, but they're not.
It was pointed out by one of the electricians. I guess as you would expect, that each set of bulbs is kind of aimed in a different direction, so every square foot of the pitch is in effect controllable. So when there's only part of the pitch hired by the community club, for example, that section will be the section that will be lit. So good cost saving, but probably no far shy of £250,000 worth of work there. It's definitely pre-season when we're talking about the bulbs and the floodlights.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Corner kick, Stranraer, main stand side. Only the substitutes and 3 journalists in that stand just now. It's the delivery, near post, scooped ball over the top from Craig Ross. Yeah, it'll cause a little bit of concern, but great time to iron out any issues. Certainly be Jamie Hamill who will be the happier of the two. That's not stopping them from absolutely berating the poor linesman in front of him, who's not had a solitary decision to make, but Jamie's having a word with him. Strike early.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Get your moans in before.
Better to Dylan Tate. Dylan holding that Regan Henry role. Josh Rennie goes to the corner. Plenty of time for Raith Rovers to play out. Dario Zanata looking to offer himself as the out ball, but passage of triangles allows us to eventually come across the 18-yard box. 20 minutes played. Stranraer 1-0 up. First of the pre-season action. Vaughan takes chase, the flag stays down. Comes inside, plays the ball out. It's picked up by Aidan Conley. Thought about hitting it first time, but the ball skipped up there. Vaughan comes inside. Trialist Regan Tumilty, good defending there. I think it should fall to Regan Tumilty. It's a Raith Rovers ball. I couldn't tell you if that was a good decision or not. It was in a little area where our vision's obscured by first aiders and the Stranraer dugout. Aidan Conley moved over to that left hand side. Interchangeable wide players is something John likes. Dario Zanata. It's a bit of a sclaffed shot, comes off the heel of Aidan Conley. Stranraer just clear the line. Now we can hear from the Stranraer subs a good shout of well played, Josh. He's good holding the ball up, isn't he?
Yeah, he has been, yeah. Energetic as well.
I'll be the first commentator to give him his big unit badge.
Yeah. And good feet for a big man.
Yeah, he's done well so far. Dylan Tate plays it inside. The trialist has obviously been told just keep it simple, keep the ball moving. Commentator's curse, but to be fair to him, that came off. Lovely switch of play there. Berra sizes up to the aforementioned Josh Rennie. The ball skips through to Jamie McDonald. First of 3 home friendlies for Raith Rovers, with Clyde and Queen's Park on the horizon. Fans will be back at Starks Park next Saturday for the Queen's Park game. Closed door element to Tuesday night's game.
Yeah,
we're currently seeking permission. It's looking hopeful, but not want to let the cat out of the bag too soon with regards broadcasting the game.
We got the email last night, yesterday afternoon, sorry, and we're allowed to stream it.
Great. So great. We'll be able to show the Clyde game free on YouTube. Say a little extra for all Raith Rovers fans, but I think the club are keen to extend their gratitude to season ticket holders in particular.
We also wanted to check with the management that they were happy with us broadcasting free a closed doors game, and they were. So
yeah, that was good. That was good stuff from John McGlynn, because he could have easily dug his heels in and said no.
Which also indicates there's going to be no mystery star.
Yeah, that's right.
Guest appearances or trialists. Or maybe there is. We don't know.
Who knows?
We'll just spitball.
Dylan Tate. Ball into Aidan Conley. He's looked lively so far.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of the ball, got in good areas. It's a nice overlap here, but he delayed the pass. I thought too long. Passed a wee bit much of Regan Tumilty. And Raith Rovers. Nice passage of play. Aidan in the middle of that. And we win a throw in on the Pratt Street side. And we quickly move into the group stages of the League Cup, which I was never really a fan of this early start, but I think I've kind of came round to the notion that it does play a quite significant part in your pre-season prep. It gets you up to speed in a way that friendlies don't. Your thoughts on the group sections?
Yeah, I mean the actual format itself now that we're like 3 or 4 seasons into this new format. I'm used to it. It's like it's been the norm. It's just part of the pre-season. As to who we've got, it'd be nice to go to Brecon again.
Yeah, the regionalised nature of it. There's always going to have to be a boundary somewhere. The fact that in our local section we've got Cove Rangers, but we've not got Kelty Hearts or Dunfermline. But a line has to be drawn somewhere, I guess. We've got Stranraer, who'll play a couple of championship teams, Greenock Morton, Kilmarnock, Clyde, who we mentioned. I think the other one, it's East Kilbride actually. I was looking at their jersey. Chance for Raith Rovers. Good save, Greg Fleming. And the second ball falls to Stranraer number 11, Matt Yates. The ball in. James Keatons. Wave on. Quite sure what that was.
No, did he?
You're always looking for signs of the front two linking up, aren't you? They're so physically similar.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that John's going to go into the market for a 7'9" striker.
No.
I'm not sure that we're going to see another Manny Duku or powerhouse of Gotsugwu. That's no inside information, by the way, just a wee gut feeling. Don't know one or two of the options that he's having a little look at, which are quite exciting.
Yeah, some inside, this isn't inside info, but I had a conversation with Manny through the week there. I realised I hadn't wished him luck up at everyone else, do the polite thing, and he said, I'm looking forward to scoring a goal against Raith Rovers, maybe a hat-trick. Smile, smile, wink, wink.
He was a good guy, Manny, wasn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, as are most football players. I was having a bit of discussion with a friend out cycling yesterday about I'm sure Stranraer fans would be chipping in the exact same. The amount of just thoroughly good people that have been through our football club in a playing capacity. I really struck last season doing the former players interviews, trying to make sure we offered something to away fans as well. The amount of affection that they have for our club, but I'm sure that Stranraer and Hamilton and Brecon fans will have the same relationship with their former players. Just happen to do a different job to us.
Well done,
Christoph Barrett. There's a foul. Referee looked for the advantage, it wasn't there. James Keatons down. He's obviously been going to the same beard emporium as Regan Tumilty.
Yeah.
Is that the old Turkish barbers down the high street back open at the looks of things?
Well, there are moves. There was a suggestion by a local business that they wanted to become the official barber of Raith Rovers. I'll not disclose who that was, in case it doesn't come off or embarrass anyone.
Funny.
But,
I have to say, if we get an official barber, that's genius. That's peak Scottish football. I love that nonsense.
all I'll say is it's the place where I go to get my hair.
Right.
And Benny now goes, and that's what started it.
Oh dear.
And Rob Moore, he goes there.
Oh
as well.
dear.
Yeah.
Well, I think John McGlynn and I will not be queuing up
don't go in and ask for a Neil Russell or a bit of Cal Benedictus.
I don't think anybody goes in and asks for my haircut or John McGlynn's, to be fair. Here comes the corner kick delivery, near post. Benny's up. That's a great defensive header. Goal kicks the decision, so it was Benny that got the final touch. I thought the defender was really well positioned there. Or the defending player, because it wasn't actually a defender. Ball comes in, near post. Good run from Benny there. Yeah, definitely a header. But again, Josh Rennie, I thought, got himself in a good defensive position there. Raith Rovers looking to pen Stranraer in. Stranraer with this ball played out from the goalkeeper. I wonder if a memo went round the manager saying, as of now, this is what we do with goal kicks.
Yeah,
it's gone through all of the leagues. I think Guardiola does it, and before you know it's at Starts Park and Stairs Park. I remember speaking with last season with Todd Lumsden, and he'd watched one of the games, and he actually messaged as well. We were watching a game saying, what about this playing out from the back? John McGlynn's a changed man. He would never allowed, you know, Mark Campbell or Chris McLeod and Todd Lumsden to do such a thing.
Chris McLeod.
Dylan Tate gets the ball under control, gets it out to Dario. Little switch between the two wide players there. A jinking run there. Good defensive header, so that was falling to Louis Vaughan. Better to Tate.
Dylan's been on a wee holiday.
Decent. Yeah, there's a few suntans out there that have. It's a lovely ball there. Louis Vaughan plays it to Keatings. He lifts it over the bar, but striker's instinct. Nice link up from Tate to Louis Vaughan, and over the bar from James Keatings. I like his movement.
I can see that partnership creating a decent number of chances and shots on
That's
goal.
lovely football.
Yeah. As soon as Dylan Tate picked it up, you could see that Louis Vaughan wanted it into feet, and Keating's anticipating the layoff. So.
You mentioned Manny Duku there. I was wondering if there was any other players that you thought we might have held on to last season. Scott Sugwe was a little bit surprised by. I thought the big fella,
yeah, he's a favourite of mine.
Had kind of done enough. Keep in mind that these are the opinions of raving idiots who know nothing about football.
Yeah.
So we will defer to John McGlynn and Paul Smith's judgment on that one. But I like the big fella. Thought he had some good football in him. That's a foul. I'm going to get my good refereeing comments in early. Referee lets that one go. From Josh Walker for a little foul that wasn't given. And here's Stranraer again. Benny a little bit wasteful.
Good save.
Good save, well held.
Good save.
But again, I like the look of Matt Yates. I think he's got a little bit of vision about him. Looks a young lad, but he's played some neat, tidy football so far. Way too much on that for Aidan Conley to chase.
I wouldn't say that was Regan Talenty. He's straight into the centre circle. It was actually James Keatings.
That's the beard.
Won't it? Yeah. It's like the Scotland lineup in one of the games. I think everyone of the starting 11 bar one or two players had a beard. So as well as passing out from the back, facial hair is very much the thing now, isn't it? Louis Vaughan, just ball skips away from him there.
I think if you're a Stranraer fan, you're pretty damn pleased with what you've seen so far. I like how they've gone about their business. I like their transition play on both flanks. I think they've played with a little bit of vision. Their delivery into the box has generally been of a much better quality. Best ball of the game being the delivery for the goal itself. I'm going on a wee bit about that, but the striker's got to, or the goal scorer rather than the striker, has got to make sure he finishes it.
Trialist left back, number 21. Cross end, nobody there.
Nobody there, nobody in any sense of proximity to that ball there. Josh Walker there, he's only given away about 14 inches to Christoph Berra, but a valiant effort to win the header. Stranraer foul, again correctly given.
Yeah. Familiar face Andy, and then number 2 Scott Robertson played against us many times for Airdrie and Stranraer. Very useful League One centre back.
Better should go back to the goalkeeper. Decides to pivot round and bring in T. Rylis.
Interesting to see former player Ian Davison, who of course will be back here for his testimonial, getting a deal at Brecon. I think it was a 2-year deal, wasn't it?
Yeah, back a week on Friday to play for Raith Rovers against Hibs. We'll have to get some prep done for that.
Phil Nicholson, put out the Phil Nicholson bat sign, get the stats resent.
Get the stats. We've got an interview with Ian, and we'll get the Raith TV financial generator up and going. Hopefully raise some funds for a great servant to the club. 507 games.
Yeah. Games being streamed by Raith TV, and all proceeds of that go to the testimonial fund.
Absolutely. Well, it's Hibs, so I imagine there'll be a number of Hibs fans who want to see how their team's going. That's a Friday game rather than a Saturday.
Friday 7 PM, yeah. Again, approval for that came through to televise it yesterday.
So James Keaton's to take the free kick rather than to be in and about the box. Good delivery. Flags up for an offside, but doesn't take away from the quality of the defensive header. It was good. I can remember noting that up at the Inverness game that James Keaton's likes taking a drift at 18-20 yards out and take the free kicks in that area, not necessarily shots on goal, but right out of play there from Berra. 10 minutes to the half-time break. Raith Rovers yet to get their first goal of the new campaign. Neat play, lovely ball, well played. Matt Yates, player of the half, Neil. It's a really good 35 minutes. Player comes inside, and again. He's overplayed it, but finds a good pass to the big centre forward. Shot on goal, right down the throat of Jamie McDonald there from Joseph Moore. Short corner, ball delivered in. It's going to fall for a second bite of the cherry, but it's the tryless left back who thumps the ball up the park. Oh, unlucky. Sean McIntosh had a wee bit of space in front of them if he managed to get that ball down. He didn't. It's a Raith Rovers throw in. Just having a little look up on the Stranraer website there. The pedigree of Matt Yates. Rangers through to Hibs in the youth ranks. Yeah, I think that's quite evident. Should go up. It does. I'm going to be generous and say just to 5 yards off.
Yeah.
I think Stranraer have clearly enjoyed the width of the park as it is just now. Played really well to the surface. I think in the past we've been critics of the surface down at Stair Park, but neat from Raith Rovers, but not as productive as it could have been due to the diligence of I think it might have been Kieran Miller there. Just headed ball back to the goalkeeper.
Better to McDonald. Oh, well-worn path the other time to get playing together in the past.
Yeah, it's pre-season for you and I as well, Neil.
Yeah.
We'll be in the commentary box across the season, soon to be revamped and destroyed, and asbestos-free commentary boxes it will be.
It's already asbestos-free. That's been done.
Has that been done?
That's
Good.
why we were.
Yeah, a little bit of work going on in and around our own environment here.
As I mentioned on the website, along with the lights and the electrics works and the this and that.
Yeah, it's good. Hopefully this coming season we'll be able to offer more of a service from away games as well. Our new chief executive was telling us that she's in discussion with all of the clubs. Obviously away club, the home club will retain the right to video streaming. We're hoping that we can strike up a reciprocal arrangement so that away teams come to Starch Park, they can offer audio commentary, so you could watch Raith TV pictures but have your Dunfermline, Stranraer, Cowdenbeath, whoever it might be, commentary. And working on the basis that we would want to do the same. Of course, home clubs need the revenue from the stream, but it will also enable us to film the games for our own highlights, which we didn't manage to do some games last season. And we're also exploring the possibility of whether in the Raith Rovers lounge we'd be able to put up home and away games with commentary so that people could watch them at their leisure, start building up a bit of an archive of home and away games. Quite interesting and quite exciting plans afoot in that respect. I think that would be particularly useful for our fans over in America, New Zealand, Azerbaijan and the Far East, of which we have quite a number. I always admire these people who do get up at 2 and 3 in the morning to watch a pre-season friendly or whatever it might be. The football club never leaves you. Try C. Again, just keeps it simple.
Just noticed there, David, that Trialist B, the one on the bench, isn't the. Sorry, across the back post there. Trialist B isn't the lad that was training with us through the week there, so it's
no
a different fella.
Though the lad who was training with us through the week is still around, he was warming up pre-match.
Ah, right.
Again, no inside gossip, no privileged possession. It's purely the fact that Neil, Russell and I are complete and utter nosy buggers.
Yeah, gimps.
So as soon as we were waiting to interview John for the pre-season build-up, our heads are pivoting like baby owls, trying to see if we can see somebody we recognise.
Scan, as they say.
Absolutely. Then the manager says, "Did you see the young boy?" "Oh no, John, I wasn't looking." "See nothing."
Testing out. One thing the manager did say in conversation that I'm happy to share in relation to Regan Hendry. I'd asked him if he wanted to add a quote to the article about Regan Hendry that Jim Clark did, and he said,
"That's nice.
You're all right, I'm sure Jim will do a great job." He phoned me yesterday to say, "I'm glad I didn't do a quote for that article because Jim's completely outdone me in the Regan Hendry fanboy state."
Yeah.
He said, "I found somebody that loves Regan Hendry even more than I do."
It's a really nice piece.
So impressed with it.
I'm sure Stranraer fans won't mind us indulging ourselves a little bit. Obviously we'll keep up to play. That's a foul for Stranraer, edge of the box. Berra was about a week late there.
Yeah. Player himself enjoyed the article and asked for Jim Clark's number and messaged him to say thanks, that his family really appreciated it, which I think is a measure of Regan Hendry, the guy he is.
Yeah, I was chatting a wee bit on Messenger with him this morning, but just a wee couple of kind of in-jokes that maybe give people a wee smile about. But we'll respect our Stranraer followers today and pay full attention to this free kick. It's an absolute perfect zone, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is where the boys rattle them in training.
Yeah.
2 line up. I think we know who's going to take it. Oh, it's way over the bar.
From Josh
Bit
Walker.
wasteful ultimately from Josh Walker.
Good build up to that the taking of that free kick, but just a bit too high.
3 minutes to the half-time whistle. I think this is, for Raith Rovers' perspective, I think it's been an absolutely fantastic workout. I think there's been a really, really good tempo to this game. It's not been a plodding showpiece. I think Jamie Hamill's going to have to go to his bench as well. So if they're going to keep the intensity of this game up, Stranraer, they've put a lot into it. That's offside. I don't mind that so much because Louis Vaughan's drifted offside, but good vision. Nice through ball.
Who's Jamie Hamill's assistant manager, Davey? He looks...
Not sure, I
like
can't
he should
actually
be
see him
familiar.
to be fair.
Check that now.
Yeah, I'll let you jump on that one there. Ooh,
That's a window gone for that street.
yeah. That's an insurance claim coming to Starks Park. Angry of Pratt Street, looking for their excess to be paid. Yeah, for Stranraer fans, we normally have a chat board feature in our own site where things like who's the assistant manager or what club was so-and-so at. We're old hands at this in our commentary. You know, a lot of teams have had to really put systems in place in a very short space of time with their club TVs. We've had the benefit of being able to do this for we're in about 14th season of live game production.
Well, the Stranraer website is a wee bit out of date. Still got Stevie Farrell as the manager, but the assistant manager is Darryl Duffy, former player.
That's it.
And Scott Robertson is down as the assistant manager on Transfermarkt, the player.
The referee is not hanging about. He's obviously got a nose for a cup of tea, and we'll head down the tunnel. First half ends, Raith Rovers 0, Stranraer 1, and Stranraer very deserving of that lead as well. We are going to have a little bit of video for you as we go across to get a synopsis of the pre-season interview with John McGlynn that was carried out last Monday. I'm sure there might be room in there for our new strips promo as well. We'll then come back. Neil and I will set it up for the second half, but in the meantime, enjoy your half-time break, and we're going to go and do likewise and try and grab a cuppa from somewhere.
Okay.
So it's over to the VT and John McGlynn. John, welcome back to Raith TV. Last time we chatted it was about looking backwards. This time it's all about what's on the horizon for us. We're only a matter of days away from our first pre-season friendly. How quickly it turns round. How's the squad looking in training? You've had a busy session today.
Yeah, we have a good session today. We've had a lot of good sessions, to be honest with you. Right, they're coming back on Friday the 11th. We were back on Friday the 11th, and we done testing on that day throughout the whole day. We did train in the later on in the afternoon after we had done the yo-yo test. The balls were out, and we were working on the tactical side. So we've been trying to mix the training very much from, yes, the fitness side of it is important, of course it is, and we're working on that. Everything we do is working on that, but we're also trying to get the tactical side into the team with regards to formations, and not just one formation, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 formations that we're probably going to play throughout the season. So it's not all about run. It's definitely not. We've had the ball out for day one, and again, as I say, it's been very much put across because the tactical side, because we've got a lot of new players in, and it's not completely like starting from scratch, but it's certainly going over. It'll be a better revision for the players that have been here, going over things we've done in the past, but also new things. And certainly for the new players coming in, we're just going to make sure that they realise all the sort of tactical stuff that we do, which we've been doing that even in between sessions when they're having their lunch. After lunch, we continue to do some video work based on how the way we played last year, and giving them that vision of how we go and how we play, as well as on the pitch. So all in all, it's been great.
The reality of these interviews is I'm expected to say any more movement, you know, what's going through John McGlynn's head. I know that you'll play a game of poker and you'll not be able to tell us too much, but is the phone always ringing off the hook? Yeah,
it's an ongoing thing all the time. You know, it's all the year round, obviously. But this spell right now, it's very, very, very busy but we've got to be selective, because we just cannot just bring players in willy-nilly, because we don't have the money just to sign players after player after player. You know, we have to work to the budget, and we have to, but we are trying to get the best possible players we can get in for the money that we've got, and that's what we'll continue to do. I would be hoping before we get, you know, kicking a ball in earnest with regards to competitive football or maybe league football, that we've got another couple in. I would be hoping that is the case. So it's an ongoing thing. We're always fingers on the pulse. We're always at the front end of everything, and there's so many players out there. But you've got to be selective, and you've got to make hard decisions. We've got a couple of guys up on trial right now. You know, there's potentially loan deals or loan deals, whatever, are potential to happen without getting carried away. I don't think we're going to be making loads more signings, but you know, I would be expecting now, you know, one or two more signings before we kick a ball in earnest. But it'll give the younger guys in the squad a little bit of a chance to show what they can do in the pre-season friendlies, as they did last year. You know, like Quinn Coulson did really well in the pre-season friendlies last year, and Quinn will get another, you know, opportunity this pre-season to go and show what he can do, along with Aaron Arnott. You know, maybe a little bit for Luke Mahady. So we'll see if we can get them involved in the games and show the fans that, you know, on the youth side of things, and the younger ones coming through the train with us all the time, they're just, you know, just in behind, ready to come through. So we always enjoy that side of it, you know, when the young ones come in and go and show, you know, what they can do. And so, you know, they'll get that opportunity, and I'm hoping that they'll actually go and grasp it with two hands.
Well, the kind of question we move on to is one that we've had to kind of bookmark for far too long, but we're actually only a matter of days before we can actually welcome Raith Rovers supporters back into this stadium that we love so dearly. What does that mean for yourself? We've got the pre-season friendly on Saturday, and there will be a limited number, albeit, of season ticket holders will get in there. How important is their contribution being off the park and on the park?
No, magnificent. You know, the fans have been fantastic. I know they've not been in the stadium, but they've backed us in every other way. You can go back a year when we're all wondering what's going to go on, and the fans, you know, the 100,000 that they managed to, you know, put their hands in their pockets and give to the football club. Amazing amount of money, and we can't thank them enough for doing that. Obviously, a lot of fans would have bought their season tickets last year, and you know, they ended up watching the games on the subscription to the Raith TV, which obviously got loads and loads of plaudits as well. And you guys done an amazing job, and I'm sure the fans, loads of fans, even the opposition fans, were raving about Raith Rovers TV and how they put the games across, how they commentated on the games, and how excellent the whole thing was. So again, our fans, I'm sure, will be very proud of that as well. But a massive big thanks to everyone who's contributed, people who went and done sponsored walks and other things, all sorts of things that went on. People like Chris Sylvester, who put up his league winners medal to auction, and there's loads and loads of people who auctioned things to raise money to keep the football club going through that really difficult period. So we thank them, you know, immensely. And for anyone and everyone who's bought a season ticket right now, I know it's quite difficult, and you still maybe know a little bit, you know, certain about how it's going to pan out, but you know, if you could continue to buy the season tickets, because it's obviously going to help myself and Paul to, you know, to maybe bring in other players and to support the club as best as you can. But we know it's difficult times, and we appreciate that. But you know, you're back to football club throughout, and I'm sure you'll continue to do that.
John, as always, thanks for your time, and as always, we just look forward to seeing the fruits of your labour out in that park. And it's only a few days now till we get to do that.
Yeah, I can't wait myself, you know. But I think we have to be patient with the guys as well, because it's not just going to click as it did at the end of the season when everything's been working at it for a long time. So, you know, it'll take a wee bit of time to get the boys in, and then the team will be floated about, because we always do that in pre-season. We're trying to peak for 36 league games that will start, you know, at the end of July, and thereafter we will be using players in pre-season to try and get their fitness levels up. We're not carrying a big squad, so some players will probably play more minutes than I would have anticipated, but nonetheless we will try to float it around, and it's gearing up to get going come the League Cup sections.
I can see your excitement.
Yeah.
We'll chat after the game on Saturday.
Right, thanks Davey.
Cheers. Every Raith Rovers kit has its own story. Now it's time to make a new story together. Welcome back to Starts Park, Kirkcaldy. Pre-season action, Raith Rovers 0, Stranraer 1. Neil, what's your summation of the game so far? Stranraer definitely good value for their lead.
They're definitely giving us the workout that we need in our first pre-season game. They look very neat and tidy. Rovers, they need to find their mojo in more than one department. As I'm sure the viewers can see. Having said that, we've created some chances. Not panicking yet.
In terms of the surroundings here at Starts Park, some of the camera footage there capturing their newest camera up at the back of the McDermott stand, North Stand as we historically call it. A bit of a chance for us to try out some new stuff here. Really glad, and I hope that fans appreciate that we could have taken a backward step, as was initially suggested, and maybe just not covered the friendlies. I think the YouTube facility's given us the ability to at least offer a kind of scaled down service. We've been rightly corrected that YouTube itself has a chat feature of its own. I'll leave you to moderate that. I'll protect my mental health and avoid doing so. In terms of the stadium developments, Neil, you were involved with the website article. You want to tell us a wee bit about some of the things that are going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, so as mentioned in conversation commentary in the first half, the floodlight system is halfway to being completely renovated. The pylons are staying, the original pylons are staying, but each and every one of the panels, the light panels, is being replaced. So the Parent Family Stand end has been done, North Stand next, and that's going to increase the standard of or the quality of light that is cast on the pitch for matches and midweek bookings. As Davey intimated, there's ways in which you can light specific parts of the pitch if it's a partial pitch hire, and also more importantly, it allows a higher grade of matches to be hosted here at Starks Park because of the higher specification of the LED panels. That work being done by Halliday's, the lighting firm. You've also got in the main stand the repainting and restoring of the roof. The ceiling beams has just been completed, so a lot of good work being done there just to cope with the ageing that happens with metal roofs. And next in the main stand, the press box where we broadcast from today for probably the last time is going to get torn down, we think, through the week this week, and replaced with a slightly bigger, better, newer structure. This structure is...
Did we ever fully date this press box that we sit in?
Well,
we've certainly got pictures going back to the 50s.
Stan went up in 23 when your man signed for Preston. What was his name? Alex James. God, mental block there. And so the press box is nearing 100 years old. So that is going to be taken down and replaced. Other stuff going on, obviously the pre-season clean-up of the seats. The electrical works in the south stand is a major job, mainly because a lot of these things were not neglected but deprioritised over the last 10 to 15 years by previous operators, owners of the stadium.
Yeah, I think when you can get your head up a wee bit, you can start looking forward rather than just firefighting. That's maybe the situation that we find ourselves in, obviously.
Certainly the investment is going into the facilities as is needed.
Raith Rovers out, going through their pre-match warm-up. Blair Doherty taking them through that.
A new season. And we're still pronouncing his name differently between the two of us, aren't we?
Don't want to break that cycle.
No, of course.
So you're going to take us through the second half, Neil.
Try to, yeah.
Your more genteel voice will mean that you'll have to raise your decibels a wee bit.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Steady foghorn leghorn here, dominating the airwaves.
Yeah.
No immediate substitution, certainly from Raith Rovers, as
preserving my vocal cords. It's kids football tomorrow, so get the decibel level up there. Scott Lambie asking John if there's any subs, a little nod of the head there. Those of you that are using the Matchday app to track timings of goals and substitutions, you'll notice on there that due to a slight clerical error by myself, that Kieran Mitchell is the new signing from Fife Elite in Modern Apprentice is listed as trialist. So that is why the team line isn't 100% correct on there.
You had your work cut out pre-match trying to do the team lines when Stranraer gave you a blank piece of white paper.
Yeah, did I show you it? Barely read it. Anywho, so we're nearly ready. Rovers to take the kick-off. James Keatings, or was it Regan Tumblety, over the ball. It's James Keatings with Louis Vaughan beside him. Let's get right behind the Rovers. And Scott Lambie gives the signal to proceed, and we're off for the second. There we go, the second half. Down the line. Aidan Connolly. Louis Vaughan battling away there, but all over the back of his marker. Trialist at left back, number 21, is a younger player. I don't know. He might be Fife Elite, could well be. Foul in the centre circle there. Aidan Connolly brings down there his counterpart, number 7, Joshua Walker. Stranraer free kick. Just as Josh Walker gets to his feet, I was again talking to the Courier reporter about the Fife Neighbours friendly, where the trialist got sent off after
15 minutes. Yeah.
And didn't look great before that point either. So the commentary
with Spartans, wasn't it?
Commentary was pre-season they need. I think was the phrase that was used. Scott Robertson, the player coach, as I'm reliably informed in the chat, takes the free kick, back on the ball again. Exchange of possession between the sides there. Sean McIntosh into Christophe Berra territory, and he heads it clear. Dylan Tate on the ball, turns, comes in field. Spreads it out to Regan Tumblety down the line. Dario Zanata up against Scott Robertson, and out for a goal kick. Firm challenge there from the Canadian, Dario Zanata, and goal kick for Greg Fleming. And another Greg Fleming vignette that we always roll out, brother of Go on, you know the rest, don't you?
You fill it out. I'll just say it involves Partick Thistle or Firhill, doesn't it?
Yeah. Brother of Alan Fleming, who played one game for the Rovers in our march to the Ramsden's Cup win in 14. Alan Fleming still at Montrose, competing with our own Aaron Lennox, good friend of the show, good friend of the clubs. Benedictus to Tumulty, Tate to Zanata, forced back the way, trialist. Just gets out of danger there, gets it off to Benny. Angle ball from him, easy meet for Sean McIntosh. But Dylan Tate's there. Really getting on the ball so far this half, Dylan Tate. James Keatings. Oh, Aidan Connolly, just too much for him, and it's back to Fleming and a hurried clearance and out for a throw-in. In fact, no, it's a corner actually. Yeah, so short pass back, and Connolly and Vaughan whips it into the back post, but no, too much on that. Out for a goal kick. Got to say, Dave, it's good getting the Saturdays back. A wee bit of a loose end the last 2-3 weeks or so. No football.
Yeah, certainly been the Euros to fill the void for a period of time from a Scottish perspective. Yeah, good to see Scotland back in our finals, and don't need me to tell you how disappointing it was that we didn't progress or do as well in certainly the Czech Republic game and the Croatian game. But good football all round on display in the competition, and more to come. You know, particularly tomorrow's games. Netherlands, Czech Republic looks like it could be an absolute beezer. Stranraer go long, trialist, heads it clear. Big ball up, Christoph Berra and Rennie compete, and Berra gets ahead in it. Louis Vaughan. Number 3, Sean Burns just nicks in there, and Walker. And Benny goes to ground to stop that attack. Good defended by him. Regan Tumulty down the line. Vaughan, his feet stuck in the ground. Tumulty again. Keatings lays it off to Zanata. Did well to control that. Vaughan wide right, crosses it in. Oh, and at the back post there's Aidan Connolly with a goal. Well done, young man. His second Rovers debut, and it's a goal. I'd be interested to see the replay. I'm not sure that Sean McIntosh might have got the final touch to that one.
Possibly, yeah.
No, I think it's Aidan's goal, Neil.
If he'd missed it, he would have been raging, but into the roof of the net, and all square after 50 minutes. So it was a good, in the build-up there, Regan Tumulty, a strong pass into James Keatings. He controlled it really well, laid it off, laid it back to Dario Zanata. He brought Vaughan into the play, and from the right, as you would have seen from the replay, he whips in a good cross to the back post, and Aidan Connolly just had to make contact, and it was in. Trialist and Quinn Coulson go to warm up at the request of John and Paul, as Stranraer tried to get away and win a free kick in the midfield. Dylan Tate just fouled Walker again, that man who's done well so far. John McGlenn giving Quinn Coulson and the trialists some specific instructions, so you'd imagine they're next on, or first on, off the bench. Smart turn there by Joseph Moore. Gets past the trialist left back. Infield to Walker. Great shot, wonderful save by Jamie McDonald.
Flags up.
Yeah, well spotted, baby. Playing out from the back there. Berra, Tate, Benedictus, and now Tumulty. Trialist day to Benny. Sorry, Benedictus. Learned my lesson on that one. Dale just plays it safe back to the skipper. Regan Tumulty on the ball. Trialist centre midfielder spreads it out to Aidan Conley. He brings it down. He's got the left back on the overlap to James Kings, but can't control it, and Stranraer come away. Yeah, ball just strayed out before the ball was played up the line. It's a Rovers throw just in front of the dugout. Quickly taken with Dylan Tate and Kyle Benedictus. He's got time to look at his options. Barrett over to the deep lying midfielder, number 16. Trialist. Regan Hamilton on the ball. Does well to get the better of his marker, and then lofts a pass over to Aidan Conley, but headed clear. Joseph Moore to nobody in back, but Kyle Benedictus. Trialist left back, 21, back to Berra. Strip still looking good. Yeah, I liked him when I first saw it, and it's grown on me. It's good link-up play though. In the meantime, Aidan Conley, wide left, keeps it in, back to the left back, whips it in. Oh, and an extravagant side-footed effort on the volley from Louis Vaughan. Ball breaks edge of the box. Tumulty forced wide, whips another cross in. Oh, and another goal for the Rovers. Louis Vaughan taking the credit there. Well done. Another great cross by Regan Tumulty. Tell me it, Davey.
Yeah, quality across that goal there. I thought the Trialist moving the ball out, the little dip run from Regan Tumulty, it's in off the chest of Louis Vaughan. He came very close moments earlier with that lovely deft touch onto the crossbar. Fair play to the Trialist, he's had to really stretch there. The little step over and the ball early. Not one but two Raith Rovers players looking to add the finishing touches. Great for Louis Vaughan to get off the mark so early. He's clever in what he's done there.
That was a great boost when one of your attacking players gets off the mark early. Aaron Arnott and Brad Spencer now joining the subs warming up. Aaron Arnott, who was very keen to see how his family could watch the games today, which led me and Davey to believe that he might have been starting, just pure guesswork. He's going to get some minutes. Everyone is in pre-season, John said in his extensive interview with you on Monday, wasn't it, Davey?
Yeah, it was Monday, and I think it went up a day or so later.
It was good. It was.
Oh, a calamity at the back there. See if we can see this through.
Joseph Moore. Oh, and a great drive and deflected.
Block from Berra there.
Yeah, Berra, yeah. I like the previous interview to the Monday one where John was talking about the moment of the season, and he stopped to think about it, and he quite rightly said the Dunfermline game, the 5-1. You could see how much he enjoyed it. The killer, the line at the end was good. Corner comes in for Stranraer, back post.
Flags up.
Strong
very
fist,
early there.
Strong fist by Jamie McDonald nonetheless. Yeah, he thought about it and said, if that had been the last game I'd ever managed, that would have been fine by me, because it was that good, and it all came together, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those days where football's a great thing to be part of.
So Dario Sanata, wide right, is on the ball, comes in field. He's definitely a stronger player than last time, Dario. Have a point to prove after a bit of a wasted spell at Ayr United, it's got to be said. I'm looking forward to see him in full flow in a competitive game for the Rovers. Stranraer deal with the Rovers attack, back to Greg Fleming, left-footed. Doesn't get great distance on that, but Regan Tumulty fouls his man, not Rennie, fouls his man. That's a Stranraer free kick. Barrett gets in ahead of his Walker and gets it back to McDonald. Ships it forward. Louis Vaughan box. Ricocheted off his shin, but Rennie's there to clear up in defence better. And to the left back. Down with a
Lovely
good ball onto James Keatings. Neat and tidy on the ball, he gets it off to Aidan Conley. He comes in the field, bit of space there for the trialist centre midfielder. Advances forward, down the channel. Darryl's at it on the ball. Regan Tumulty run it into the far post. Decent cross, but headed clear by the Stranraer defence. Josh Walker first times it to try and find Josh Rennie, but Christoph Berra just steps in there. All his experience and anticipation. Conley's on the ball. Thing that was said by lots of, certainly Frankie Musonda and some other Rovers players, that the influence that the likes of Berra will have in the dressing room and in training will be as much as what he brings to the field in competitive matches. You can't, you can buy experience because he signed for us, but 40 plus caps for Scotland and a career in the top flight of England and Scotland should do as well. Left back just takes his time. Ball runs to Kyle Benedictus. Berra back on the ball. He's keen to
certainly a double sub getting ready.
Well spotted, yeah. Brad Spencer, one of those, and that man Alan Arnott. Two trialists combined, nearly combined there, but the Stranraer defender is a vital interception out for a Rovers throw. John McGlynn and Paul Smith sent to Brad Spencer and Aaron Arnott, to keep the tempo going. Scott Robertson with a big clearance. Rennie and Berra. Down the channel though. For Moore, edge of the box. Nifty footwork, but three Rovers players in front of him. It's Berra that emerges, calm as you like. Brings Aidan Conley into the game over the halfway line. Just slows it down, allows players to get up with him. Louis Vaughan to his left on the touchline. All the way back to the trialist centre mid to Berra. Carl Benedictus, who's right back down the line to Regan Tumulty. Zanata, Tumulty. Just brought down there as he tried to complete that 1-2. Advantage played in Rovers in possession. Dylan Tate played it off the Stranraer player.
A little bit lax in that ball. It was a bit almost like he was taking it for granted.
Yeah. Aidan Conley found a little bit of pocket of space here on the left. The through ball to Keatings isn't on, so he has to backtrack Dylan Tate.
Yeah, Keatings throws his arms to there, but I'm going to back Aidan Conley there because Keatings had drifted into an offside position. Wee man was right to hold it.
Dario Zanata there brought down, and a free kick to the Rovers from the far side. The subs are ready to come on. The referee has spotted that, so it's Aaron Arnott and Brad Spencer on. It looks like it's going to be Louis Vaughan and the trialist C, number 21, coming off. So Brad Spencer on, Aaron Arnott on. Two centre mids. So from that you'd assume that Keatings would remain up top on his own. Two subs on would set up shop in the middle of the pitch. But again, what do I know? Free kick in from the right. Oh, back post and headed down and into the goal. The Rovers player's down with a bit of a head knock.
Yeah, it's Brad Spencer.
Straight in.
Corrected that first touch of the game. And an immediate hauler for the club doc and physiotherapist to come forward.
Did he hit his head off the ground today? Oh no, off the player.
Yeah, he's actually hit the post with the back of his head there. See him kind of moving freely.
Good header though. And a goal to Rovers for Brad Spencer, who's still retired. Yeah, he's going to be fine, he's up. setting up.
Yeah, we made a precautionary thing, but quite an introduction to the game for Brad.
Right.
Cues the substitutes. Good luck, Neil.
Yeah.
As 4 white jerseys are stripped and ready to go, 3 of whom have their numbers obscured for you. Over to you. Tell us about the subs, Neil.
It's a big guy and 3 smaller ones. 17.
So we have Ross Irving coming on.
Irving, Langan, Sonker, and Woods coming on, and we're seeing the back of Scott Robertson.
I've got them all written down, Neil, if it helps you in any way.
Well, do you want to just read them out then?
So coming off, we've got Kieran Miller, Joseph Moore, Josh Rennie, and Scott Robertson. Coming on, we have Ross Irvin, Rory Langan, Paul Woods, and the final player coming on is Ayrton Sonkur.
The big guy at the back is the centre. The big guy is the centre back, number 14, Ayrton Sonkur. That's an interesting name, isn't it?
It caught my attention when I was having a wee look last night. I wonder if he's of Polish descent or whatever, but he was born in Melrose.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Go then.
Throwing for Raith Rovers, won by James Keaton's there.
Reminds me of the friendly a couple of seasons ago when the Hamilton sub that came on turned out to be the son of Tony Stanger, the rugby guy, like another guy from the Borders region. He was a big fella as well.
Traditional pre-season, well-worn format. We kind of just let this game unfold. We're not our same usual kind of pace and injection of energy in our own commentary here. I think the pictures speak for themselves. Free, of course, as Raith Rovers prepare a double sub. Quinn Coulson and Trialist B. I'm particularly excited by Quinn Coulson. As I said earlier, young Luke Mahari coming down as well. I think that's more for a warm-up. I think that he's definitely got a bit of the Colin Camerons about him. Nice little pat in the back there from Paul Smith as Rovers play a ball across the face of goal, out for a throw-in.
There's another lad warming up, number 29, who's not on the team sheet. Again, another trialist.
Yeah, he was the lad that was at training.
Right, thank you.
Again, to be honest, even though we've got the managers here, I never kind of venture into asking for that, but gossip, I think it's a wee bit disrespectful. When the time's right, John will tell us about it. So I would suggest that Trialist B is going to play in the right-hand side with Dario and Aidan Conley coming off. I think they'll be relatively happy with their shift.
Yeah, definitely.
65 minutes.
Very much so, yeah. Yeah, Aidan can't complain at a goal. Dario's put himself about really well. Looks good. The trialist left back, looking at him now, he's on our side of the pitch. He's not a Fife elite lad.
No, he's certainly not the kind of youth that you maybe thought he was.
For a second, I thought he was a notable former Dundee United player, but he's too young for that. Anyway, Reagan Tumulty on the ball. Clever ball into Keatings. Player that had a couple of injuries last season for Inverness as Dylan Tate flashes a shot wide. And they would just sign James Keating so he couldn't score against us again. Yeah, standard joke.
Goal scoring record's incredible against Raith Rovers.
Oh, it's unbelievable, yeah. Sean McIntosh take this throw in front of the Rovers dugout. So moving in front of him. Matt Yates gets it to Sonker. He feeds the left back. Ball breaks to Brad Spencer though. Dylan Tate round the corner to Trialist B, but he was just ever so slightly offside. This was the Euros, would freeze frame and have the lines across the pitch, but it ain't, so we won't. But I think it was pretty safe to say it was offside. Big ball forward there, Christophe Pera Heads it clear. Picked up by Langan. Langan again on the ball. Spread it wide. Langan again. Out to Gallagher. Out to McIntosh down the line. Berra and Yates. Berra just gets it back to Jamie McDonald. Brad Spencer's just there to pick up the ball and play 1-2 with McDonald. He spreads out to Regan Timothy. Fluent stuff from the Rovers across the back line. As Regan Timothy goes over the halfway line. Plays it against the defender and battles away, and ball's still live, and it's a Rovers throw. Timothy to Coulson. First touch for him. 2 men on him, but he gets away. Brad Spencer in support. Heatings.
He's happy to drop off, isn't he?
Yeah. Spencer out to Coulson. The overlap from the trialist left back, and he battles away there, but the Stranraer player gets the better of him, and wins the free kick after he's taken down by Quinn Coulson. Free kick by Stranraer. Played square back to Greg Fleming. Nobody closing down, but he goes short to Ross, and then Fleming goes long. Benedict's wins that in the air, and then Sonka picks it up. Ross was closed down by the trialist, and his ball's back with Fleming. McIntosh. Oh, stray ball into the middle there. James Keating's in the D. Oh, Brad Spencer. Good save by Greg Fleming. He didn't have a lot of time to think about that one. Keating's again. Oh, down the channel, but nobody on the end of it. And Fleming.
Yeah, keeper stood up strong there.
They did.
Side foot either side, and it should have been a fourth goal for Raith Rovers, but fair play to Greg Fleming.
The low driven ball down the wing there. Couldn't be kept in. It's a Rovers throw. Kyle Benedict has to take. Back to McDonald. Dylan Tate controls it on the run. 2 players around him, and he wins the throw.
Quite a week for Kieran Mitchell. Comes on and makes the transition with his signature in the boardroom, and then he gets a wee shout for a bit of first team action.
Oh, yeah, he's going to get a solid 20 minutes. Don't know much about Kieran, apart from the fact he's signed for Fife Elite and he's a striker. A supporter asked me yesterday, is he local? I understand he is, but I don't know exactly from where. But he came through the Broughton Performance School, same as Aaron Arnott, Keith Wright and Laurie Ellis, the 2 coaches there. So high standard of coaching there in the SFA programme. Trialist left back swings it in, back nobody there. And it's a goal kick to Stranraer.
Robbie Thompson taking over the Dave McGurn duties with the famed folder, the playbook.
The famed stand here plan. All the subs that went off are behind the goal, cooling down, along with Luke Mahadi and just Luke Mahadi, the only unused sub so far. Jamie McDonald to Berra. Berra to Benedictus. Bit of time on the ball there. He switches it over to Berra back in the middle there. Short to Arnott. Berra again, and now Spencer on the ball. Spencer back to Benedictus. Spencer again floats it in. Quinn Coulson loses out in the air. But challenges for the ball, but it breaks there for the excuse me, Stranraer defender. Good energy from young sub Quinn Coulson, but it's back with Fleming. Big ball forward, Berra wins that really well. Brad Spencer, man on his shoulder, literally, pulling them by the shoulder. Free kick to Rovers. going to be taken by Spencer himself, I think. After Kieran Mitchell comes on. Yeah, Keating's off, Kieran Mitchell on, so straight swap. Dylan Tate looks like he's going to be pushed a wee bit further forward to help the young man. Assist the young man, sorry. Keating. Round of applause for him from the spectators. I think he's done well. His link-up play got better through the game with Vaughan.
Ever the goal scorer comes to the bench, he's not put the ball in the back of the net, so his face is tripping him.
I know players like that.
Not happy.
One of the boys in the team that I coach, if he doesn't score, it's a disaster.
It's a disaster.
We won 6-0, but he didn't score. So 72 minutes on the clock. And it's Aaron Arnott wide right.
Yeah, we're firmly in pre-season friendly territory now, aren't we? I think the tempo on the pitch and off has dropped. So say what we're enjoying the free pictures.
Quinn Coulson, Dylan Tate. Dylan Tate very much the role model that Quinn Coulson looks up to in terms of progressing into the first team and making his mark. So much so that he nominated him as his vote for Player of the Year. I don't think I'm disclosing any or breaking any confidences by now revealing that.
Again, we forget the youth of Dylan Tate, so accomplished at this early part of his career.
Yeah. Someone that the manager thinks a lot of.
Regan Tumilty really wasteful there, and a bit of a shot from distance. Well worth a goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, not unlike a little bit like the Scotland-Czech Republic game. He just took a chance from distance, spotting the keeper off his line, but McDonald was nowhere near as much off his line as what David Marshall was at Hampden. Stranraer sub.
Henderson.
Yeah, thanks, Davey. Matthew Henderson on for that guy there. Viewers with pictures, you'll be able to see his number better than I, and the Stranraer fans will already know that it's number 3, Sean Burns, off for Matthew Henderson. Straight swap, it looks like. We get Kieran Mitchell up against Sonker. Gee whiz. Slightly stray ball there from Stranraer, and the move breaks down. Rovers throw in on this left-hand side. Sonker, back to Fleming, has the first time it to Ross, back with Fleming, has the first time it. Try this left back, Spencer with the Louis Vaughan style flick, but intercepted on the halfway line. Berra has to stand firm and knock it out for a throw in. Stop that Stranraer counter, Stranraer attack. McIntosh with the throw. Berra just steps in there. No frills, just lumps the ball forward down the line. Out for the throw, taken quickly. Back to Fleming. Again, enough pressure from the Rovers players. And number 15 indeed. Dylan Tate.
Wins a corner.
I thought maybe it was going to be a free kick. He went down in the challenge. Dylan himself is going to take this corner. Nobody offering himself short, so Berra and Benedictus go to join the fun. Edge of the box at the moment. Dylan Tate with the right foot, hand up. Here it comes. Floated to the back. Benedictus gets a foot on it, and now has to retrieve it. Spotted that the counter attack was on and just sought the referee's advice on the potential that he might be fouled there.
There was a little nudge, but he certainly didn't hesitate to go down, did he?
Yeah. Quickly taken out to RT, Regan Tumilty, trialist, gets it back to Tumilty. Infield to Spencer. Under pressure there, hits the deck, loses the ball.
Yeah, referee gets that right. There was a little tug in the shirt. So Stranraer get the free kick.
Luke Mahadi's going to be the final sub to come on. Stranraer try to come way down this right hand side for them.
Oh, what
down
a ball.
the channel. Mitchell. Oh, and a good shot and a great stop by Fleming. Spread himself well. That would be a dream.
What about the ball from Quinn Coulson?
Yeah, lovely, wasn't it? Yeah. And Kieran Mitchell, great mobility to get away and get that shot into Fleming. All the way back with Berra.
Capped off the dream week for Mitchell, wouldn't it?
It would, aye.
Contract, first team appearance and a goal. Young teammate gave him every opportunity there. Delightful ball threaded through the eye of the needle.
Good ball by Benedictus right onto Dylan Tate. Stranraer come away, try to build it down the right hand side. Again, looking at the try list that went past that just come off, I have no idea. I can't even take a guess at who he might be.
Dylan Tate who comes off and Luke Mahadi who comes on.
So Luke adding a bit of height to the attack. Certainly brings a confidence. He's not short of that. Not shy of that, is he, Davey?
Not at all.
A big lad from Burnt Island.
Yeah, he carries himself like a seasoned pro, doesn't he, round about the club. It's clearly one of the guys that the more experienced players really enjoy having around.
Yeah, but
He's got a great sense of humour about him. He's got a great level head, looks with respect at the people above him. He's
toss him from Tumulty. Try list, and Fleming does well to get down and keep that out, yeah. Mahadi, I think, just straight offside.
Bang on.
Yeah.
Good save by the goalkeeper, got down well.
Coulson tackled.
Yeah, strong and fair.
Yeah.
Strong and fair from Sean McIntosh.
Quinn Coulson. Like another ball down the channel, but too close to the Stranraer sub, and he gets it back to Fleming. Puts it right onto the halfway line, but Benedictus gets a header.
I think if you take Benny and more so Berra out of the outfield players, the average age of this Raith Rovers team is frightening.
Isn't it? Yeah, right enough, yeah. Much like last season, you know, I think almost the youngest squad, wasn't it, in the championship, was the stat. Brad Spencer offers himself short. Coulson on the ball, halfway line over the line. Now tries again, that ball down the channel, trying to find Mitchell. A couple of hands by Coulson into the side of the Stranraer player. So a free kick for Stranraer.
Yeah, again, good covering from Craig Ross. We were both getting ready to say, look at the quality of that through ball, and the Stranraer player was more than up to the task. Done well not to catapult over the fence, actually. Got a little nudge in the back.
Megan Tumty, good interception there. Brad Spencer on the ball, player through the back of him. No free kick given, slightly surprisingly.
Surprising, but
down the channel there, Berra just gets across there and gets it back to McDonald. No surprise that those two experienced players will be major factors this season in the development and the way in which the defence plays. Aaron Arnott just gives Benedict a bit of work to do. Benedict is back in the ball, squares it to Berra.
well, thanks to all the Raith Rovers fans who've made use of the Matchday app to vote their man of the match. Raith Rovers, number 15, Dylan Tate.
Yeah, good.
Chance for Stranraer.
Number 7, Walker, and I thought he was going to pull the trigger, but he was closed down and wins a corner. Well done, Dylan, on the first man of the match of the season. we're assuming that it's the same system for man of the match in the new season. We'll find out for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it will apply to the cup games or to the friendly, certainly, but I can explain that for any Stranraer fans in a moment.
Corner comes in and
it's a handball, surely.
Referee didn't think
I
so.
thought that came off Luke Mahadi's hand. I think that should have been a Stranraer penalty kick.
Okay, it certainly came back off him at a very strange angle. Stranraer got the ball again, wide left.
31% of the vote going to Dylan Tate.
Well done. Walker. Oh no, he got his angles all wrong there. Goal kick for Jamie McDonald.
Yeah, it's a lovely system, that, isn't it? That the local supporters groups each take a week, and the man of the match gets to dedicate a local charity. They're, generally speaking, £250 better off. If we're lucky enough to get somebody who has multiple man of the match awards, I think Kirkcaldy Food Bank in particular are very well supported, which of course we were thoroughly delighted about. Absolute kudos to the supporters groups for backing that system. I think it's a lovely one, rather than just having the focus on another bottle of wine or champagne for a lad who's already got a cellar full.
The idea that any of those have a wine cellar. It just puts me in mind of a story that was in one of the rags down south about just almost criticising one of the England squad players for buying a nice big house.
I saw that headline.
Yeah. Man buys house he can afford. It's the headline, really. Again, it's that judgment on players. And anyway, back to the action in front of us. Stranraer cope with that ball forward and breaks down, and Arnott tries to bring the trialist into play, but his pass is misjudged. Walker. Yates. Cross in. Header Christian Berra, and then Brad Spencer helps out, and Arnott completes the job and the ball's away. Jamie McDonald, the trialist left back, almost plays it off Quinn Coulson, and Stranraer have possession. Chased down by Coulson and Spencer, but they emerge possession, and Gallagher gets it back to Sonker. Still attempting to play football, but it's Benny in there aggressively and strong, wins the ball in the centre circle. Down the channel to Luke Mahadi. Buys himself some
first
time.
touch took the pace out of that.
Yeah.
Means he had to work hard to
Kieran
generate
Mitchell.
something.
Kieran Mitchell just loses out there physically to Sonker, and a big ball out into the air. Quinn Coulson knocks the Stranraer player over. Ball played off him, and Sonker has to clear from the box. Benny helps out Berra. Quinn Coulson battling away there on the left. Langan.
I know it's a pre-season friendly, but fair play to the referee.
Yeah.
There's been some very firm, but as I've said a few times, very fair challenges. It's allowed us to see some good matchups, and certainly from our commentary point in close proximity there, there's quite a few challenges there that had a little bit of edge to it.
Yeah.
Well within the rules, but we've seen many a referee in a competitive game needlessly calm the game down, probably for their own benefit.
Brad Spencer on the ball, back to Berra. Spread out to the other side to Benedictus, and Arnott drops. Just keeps it simple, out to the trialist left back. And Berra again. Luke Mahadi drops short for that and gets it. And just loses out to Gallagher, but he wins the ball back again in there aggressively. Options in front of him, spreads it out to trialist. Tumulty on the overlap, but he goes for the shot, and Fleming gets down and beats it out.
Can't criticise the effort there, but my eyes drawn to Regan Tumulty. He offered himself as a fantastic overlap there. As soon as Fleming's actually pawing the ball out, he's immediately sprinting back to the halfway line. What an absolute athlete our right back is.
Yeah. He's on the ball again, just ball forward. Luke Mahadi healthily offside.
Yeah, just a bit. I think both managers will certainly be delighted with the opposition that they've chose. I think this has been a great workout for both teams.
Yeah,
and
very
it's
positive.
It's not been a pre-season friendly of old where the game's just dead after 38 minutes.
Worth noting that of the subs that came on, apart from Spencer and the trialist, the other 4 were all graduates of Fife Elite and serving their 2-year modern apprenticeships.
Yeah, and amongst the squad today there's 5 that be signed from the Fife Elite Football Academy, and of course Lewis Vaughan from the Raith Rovers Youth Academy.
Remember that?
Short-lived, but a little bit of quality attached to it.
Oh yeah, if you think
it's a new thing across the team sheets over the last season and a bit, is noting players that came from Fife Elite and Raith Rovers Youth Academy before that, something that's possibly been borrowed from Hibs.
Yep, that's exactly where I got it from. Yeah.
Where the wee nugget came from. I used to always like when we went to Easter Road and they would note the varying levels of local clubs that their players come through from. I think it's a nice touch. I'm glad that we've adopted that.
And they always had a wee marker against Lewis Stevenson, even though he was a Kirkcaldy boy, he came through the Hibs youth system.
Yeah, I used to work with his parents.
Oh really?
I was
Okay.
intensely proud of him. What a phenomenal career he's had.
Oh yeah. There's speculation, unfounded speculation, that Rovers were going to be signing him this close season, but he just signed an extension to his contract at Hibs, so...
Yeah, I think his dad's a Clyde fan.
Oh right, maybe it was just wishful thinking. Local boy comes home.
Yeah, certainly one of those names that comes up like Craig Brewster on players never to have been capped with Scotland, that their careers were quite notable though.
Brad Spencer intercepted there, drives towards the box, still on the run, squares it, and it falls to Mitchell. A shot and a goal for the young man on his debut. Well done, Kieran Mitchell.
Absolutely fantastic.
Excellent stuff.
Kieran Mitchell in the 89th minute.
1 touch, 2 touch, creates the space. His coach will be proud of that, and past an experienced keeper low and hard to the keeper's left.
Well, just off to my right there, Mai was drawn to their dugout, and Paul Smith speaking with Robbie Thompson, and just he almost counted through the passes as you were doing it there. And if anybody can judge a goal scorer, Paul Smith's the man.
Well, yeah.
A player that you and I are lucky to have seen in our younger years. Yeah. It's all over, Neil.
It's all
90
over,
minutes and finishes at 4-1.
Was it a Paul Smith style goal there? Like back to the goal, touch,
Did have a bit of Paul Smith about it.
Yeah.
I would have probably put it down more as a Keith Wright finish myself, but
yeah, true.
Really good workout. We'll shortly take leave of you. We'll thank the fans who were in the ground actually for offering a little bit of atmosphere. Great to have that presence there. I think both sets of players have put on a really good show there, both managers across. Congratulating, commiserating and doing the tic-tac with the players. I hope you've enjoyed the free broadcast. As I said, thanks also due to the directors and board at Raith Rovers Football Club, and indeed our manager, who were very encouraging in terms of, while our own website's just at the end of its redevelopment, we were very keen on the idea that no income would come in, but fans across both sets teams would get to see the game. So if you're a Stranraer fan, we'll sign off by wishing you all the best for the coming season. I think one thing we didn't indulge ourselves in is memories of. We've got some good stories between us about time down at Stranraer. It's a club that we've got a bit of respect and certainly some affection for. More particularly as media volunteers for many years. We always judge clubs on how they treat you, and Stranraer are certainly on the good guys list. So good luck in the coming season for Rovers fans. I would love to hope that you actually don't hear our voice very often, because the sooner you're back, the better Sandstackle, the better. No final words for yourself?
No, thanks Davey. Good to be back. Good to be back with fans in the ground, albeit on a limited basis, and on as we go from here. Looking forward to Tuesday and then the following Saturday live on Raith TV.
All the best to you for the coming week. As I say, it's a closed door game Tuesday, so no fans, but that man in front of us, John McGlynn, gives a wee thumbs up. It's over to him and he says we can broadcast, so unless he has a change of heart, we'll catch you on Tuesday. All the best everyone, take care.
Bye now. Bye.